Vice Chancellor, Rushikesh Manti Sir, our distinguished guest, and faculties and staff of KSRM, and my dear students. So to set the context, first let me start with dimensions of changes happening in India. There are two dimensions, both positive dimensions and also negative dimensions. So let me highlight two positive dimensions, before setting the context. So one of the positive, dimension is about the consumption revolution. The consumption is increasing both in urban areas and rural areas. Like people's consumption habits are changing because now people are shifting to more like from cereal to protein food. Okay. The second positive aspect is about communication. Now connectivity revolution, we're calling it rural roads, and also through mobile telephony. Rural roads in the last 10 years, about 4 lakh kilometers of rural roads have been built. Okay. It's not a small quantity. In 10 years time, 400,000 kilometers of all weather roads have been set up. These are being maintained. And these are the roads you can see in the ground, and these are the roads that will lead to a link between rural producers and urban market. So this is one of the positive revolution. Now along with this revolution, we'll talk about mobile telephony. As you know that rural India has more mobile phone than number of toilets actually. And as of the latest figure of Telephone Regulatory Authority of India, there are about 1.012 billion active mobile connections, almost the population size, Okay. So these mobile phones, have been being used not only in communication but also in marketing and other, activities. Okay, like there's a famous book by Robin Jaffray. The name of the book is Cell Phone Nation: How Mobile Phones Have Revolutionized in Business, Politics, and Ordinary Life in India. So these are positive revolutions, but there are also negative revolutions, or called negative changes actually. Let's talk about food. Like historically, India had a very tough time, in feeding our Indian population. We remember those Bengal famines, 1943. We also remember there are various droughts happened during 60s. That's how Green Revolution came. But all the past strategies and policies, they have focused more on, like production, to increase the output actually. It's more of a per capita food production, not food per capita food availability. So that's the problem actually. But now government is thinking no, because we also need to think about the per capita availability as well as the income. We have not focused on the income. So now government has focused on increasing the income of the farmers. So India does produce enough food, but because of the problems of storage, wastage, distribution and mass affordability, people still remain hungry. As per the latest report of Global Hunger Index 2019, if you see, our position is, 102 out of 117 countries, and we are below to the nations like Nepal, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. Okay. So this is one. Secondly, like 85% of farmers are possessing less than 2 hectares of land. They're all marginal farmers, small farmers. So if you see, like the government has not focused, or we have not focused to increase the farmers' income. That's a big problem. I would also like to highlight another aspect called agro brain drain. If you see, according to 2011 census, every day 2,000 farmers are giving up the farming, job. Okay, and the average age of the farmer is about 50 years, and the new generation farmers are not taking up farming operations. But again, I was discussing yesterday with Bipolji, that a lot of NRIs, whose father were farmers, they had gone there and they're coming back to do the profession here, agriculture profession. So this is another aspect, So I'd like to highlight that this particular issue. And another study was done by an NGO called Pratham. They found out that only 1.2% of rural youth aspire to be farmers. Only 1.2%. So this is a big issue. Now why this is happening, agriculture household income, the average household income is about 6,400. So there is a huge disparity between the income of agriculture professions and non-agriculture professions. On the other hand, so the issue about the middleman, the rupee share, consumers rupee share is about 15%. It's very, very low. Middlemen are getting more share than the farmers, consumers price. Then if you talk about the demand of food is increasing tremendously because the median age population, it's about 28.4 currently, 28.4 median age population, and it's projected to be about 38.1 in 2050. So there is a huge demand for food production. But again, farmers cry when they produce more because of good harvest. Farmers also cry when there is a drought. So what is the solution? So time has come for India to reform its policy, leverage our technology, do a lot of innovations, because Indians are very good in innovations. Jugaad is in our blood. Okay. So that is it. So Indian farmers can get much better incentives if you can help them to bring them, in level with the consumers. All the business houses working in the entire value chain of agriculture allied sector, they can play a very, very important role. So in this conclave, we have with us the leading professionals in this particular sector. We expect that in these two panel discussions, they will throw a lot of insights on addressing these issues and also addressing the following issues. What are the technological breakthrough to raise the efficiency in terms of utilization of inputs? How do different dimensions of agri inputs like quality, affordability and availability will address the farmers issue? What are the challenges and way forward on use of agri inputs, ensuring sustainable development? What are the various supply chain constraints which can be adopted? What are the various innovations happening in the supply chain? So we'll begin this conclave by holding two panel discussions on two different themes. With this, I would like to welcome you again for a wonderful day of sessions and looking forward to a meaningful discussion followed by question and answer session. Thank you so much.